Yes. What I love about Karl Smith, and we've known each other for about 2 years now, is every time I call Karl Smith, he always shows up. David Octavio Gandel, a good friend of mine, says, you show up, God shows up. And every time I call Karl Smith with an opportunity, he runs and he breaks down the wall, that wall of opportunity. So I want to show you some, I want to commend you, because I call you all the time with opportunities and you always show up. And you never fail. And I think that's part of your habits.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Always show up.
Always show up, you know.
Can you, now, one last question. I want to dig a little deeper. Why do you always show up? Because you never give me excuses. You never say I-95. You never talk about gas. You never talk about distance. I asked you to come to Bay Harbor Island. You came to Bay Harbor Island. You always show up. Why do you always show up? Where did that discipline come from?
All right, trying to keep this one short, right? Okay, cool. So years ago, I was what we called a yes man, right? Maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago. And someone would call me and, you know, they say, hey, Karl, we need to catch up. Yes. Karl, do you have a minute? Yes. Knock at the door. Can you help me out with this? I'm in the middle of a bunch of stuff. Yes, right? It's always yes, yes, yes. And then I worked with I found a mentor who was helping me out to really just enhance my sales results. And what he taught me was that I was very active, but I wasn't really productive, okay? And basically, I would spend a lot of time rushing around, but he said there's a difference between rushing around and getting results. Most people are gonna basically be yes people, where every single time they're called on to do something, they're gonna be responsive. They're gonna respond to whatever it is that they're called to do. And he said the most successful people have a really huge ability to focus, and they say no to 99% of the calls, 99% of any opportunity, 99% of any distraction if it's not in line with their ultimate vision for what they're trying to accomplish. And so for me, what I had to do was I had to take 100 different things that I could be doing. I mean, all of us, we all work on different projects, whether you're a sales professional, business professional, whether you're an artist, it really doesn't matter. You probably have 100 things on your plate. But there's probably gonna be about a half a dozen things on that plate that are going to create the biggest difference for you and your results and your ultimate destiny, right? And so what I had to do was compartmentalize everything down to the very 6. What are the half a dozen things that I'll say yes to, that I need to be doing more of? And everything else, I learned to say no. And I either said no, or I delegated, I had someone else do it, or I postponed it. And one of those things happens to be just getting in front of more audiences, right? Getting in front of larger audiences, getting in front of more people, or having the chance to connect with really awesome and amazing people. So whenever I do have the opportunity that comes up, I'll answer Gary's call, and I can have 1,000,001 things, and I figure, how can I squeeze this in? Is it possible? That's something I'll say yes to. But I also got cursed out by 2 people this weekend because of the fact that they say that I say no to them every single time, okay? And that's the rate that it is.
And that's because I'm part of your 6.
That's right.
There you go.
That's
Thank
correct.
you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Karl Smith.